What's going on? Welcome to the DZ Report. Don't you know I love haters? All right, finna get started. You already know. You know what it is. Gonna talk about the Guardians. I think everybody's seen it enough. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, my bad. Give me a sec. It's my fault. Excuse me. Give me one sec. Give me one sec. Nobody probably gonna be in here. You can watch the playback. Gonna talk about Guardians. Give me a second, y'all. I gotta share this because YouTube doesn't want to put my stuff out there. So gotta do it the old way. Let's see. So yeah, we're gonna talk about Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3. You know, in this movie, a lot of heart was put into this movie. A lot of heart was put here. We had basically it was a family type of movie. If you're a guy or a gal who's into family, you put your family up and foremost. What's up, Phil? I'm gonna drop the link for you, Phil. If you want to come up here, I know you're probably busy, but there go the link. But Guardians was a movie built on heart. Remember when we left off with ego, we left off with the Infinity War, with Thanos and everything. And remember, Peter Quill, didn't kill Gamora early. Him and Gamora fell in love. And Gamora wanted him to kill her. So Thanos wouldn't get the Soul Stone, but he couldn't do it because he loved her too much. He cared for her a lot. So now that oh, you good, bro? You good? So basically, what you saw in this was Peter Quill's character, played by Chris Pratt. I believe that's his name. They're basically he's still going through the motions. He's drinking heavy. He's kind of lost his way. Because he wants to get his girl back. Like he loved Gamora. He loved Gamora unconditionally, and he's trying to find a way to be with her. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to find a way to be with her. Yeah, it was a great movie. He was trying to find a way to be with her and get back with her. And after, in the second part of Infinity Wars, I forgot the name of the other end game, Avengers Endgame, was when he came back, everybody came back. They got Gamora from another dimension. That Gamora still was alive. And when they got to this part, she made friends with the people who Quill used to be with. And you had Nebula. Nebula was basically taking care of him, like basically a housewife or a mother. But you just saw the deflection, the no accountability in this, and you got to see a man who basically was broken. It took for Rocket to damn near die for them to get it going. You know. So it's from this part that we see the movie, we see basically Adam Warlock come in. This is what pissed me off. Okay. Adam Warlock was underutilized. How do you bring a character who's a proud character, strong man, and you made him soft? Like you underutilized Adam Warlock, which pissed me off. This is what pissed me off about the whole movie. If the movie wasn't written so well and the character development wasn't so great, I would have walked out this movie theater. I'd have walked out this movie theater. How do you underutilize Adam Warlock? Adam Warlock is the reason for the Infinity Wars with Thanos in the comic books. He's the reason that we were able to stand a chance against Thanos. But hey, it's like whatever, right? Just craziness, man. Just craziness. He basically was a goofball. He was a goofball in here. He was a goofball. Straight goof. Straight goofball. And for you to underutilize how great he was, it pissed me off. I'm sorry. If it wasn't for Rocket being severely hurt, I don't think we would have gotten a great movie. It took for Rocket to damn near die, for Peter Quill to snap out of his funk, for Nebula to turn into the leader that she was. Nebula was the leader in this whole movie. But when Star-Lord, which was Christopher Pratt's guy, Peter Quill, got out of his funk, got out of his drunken state because he misses Gamora, it's like, bro, it's time to move on. But it took for this to make them come together. Right, exactly. He was only useful when he came in the opening scene. I thought we was finna have a movie. I was like, yeah, we finna have a movie, and we got a dud. We got a dud. It was Adam Warlock. It seemed like they just said, you know what? The fans want Adam Warlock. The people want Adam Warlock. Here you go. Here's Adam Warlock. And I'm like, wow. So that's what we're doing now, right? So basically, we're just basically shitting on our characters. I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna share this picture with you guys. So I'm gonna show you guys something. You guys are probably I'm gonna show you guys this. I'm gonna share this video because I was ticked off. Adam Warlock was so underutilized. It wasn't even funny. I'm gonna show you guys this. Let me show y'all this. Oh no, that's the okay. Here we go. I'm gonna show y'all Adam Warlock. Look at this. Look at this guy. This is the guy off of the We're the Millers. If y'all remember that movie, very funny movie, underrated, a classic a little bit in my opinion. This is the guy who played the fake son on the movie. And then look at Adam Warlock. Now, does that even look alike? No. Look at the piss poor job that they did. Look at it. And this is what pisses the fans off. This is what pisses us off as a whole. It's like, look at this. Look at how. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm sharing this. Okay. All right, boom. I'm done sharing. Now it's time for me to get in. I had to share the page. Look at this. Look, does this even look like Adam Warlock? Made him act like a toddler. He was a toddler the whole goddamn movie. How are you a toddler? Like, when you come into a movie, this is the problem that I have with DCU and MCU. It's like they don't care about what the fans want. We wanted an Adam Warlock who was strong, who was tough. You see this Adam Warlock? This Adam Warlock is terrible. You basically got the guy from We're at the Millers playing Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock is the reason why we stood a chance against Thanos in the Infinity Wars. Do you understand what I'm saying? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Look at this. But yet, they'll tell you that that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that, right? See, this is why MCU is dying because of that. But other than that, the movie was 3.5 stars. Rocket, we got to see Rocket's origin story, which this is how you do an origin story. If you watch the DCU Snyder cut of the Justice League, Zack Snyder needed to watch this. This is how you do an origin story. It had a lot of heart. You really felt for it. You fell for it. Right? Y'all see that? And this is why the fans continue to grovel. But out of all the movies, this has been the best MCU movie since Doctor Strange. You understand what I'm saying? This has been the best movie. This has been the best movie since Doctor Strange. Do y'all understand? You know how long ago that was? Then we got to learn that Gamora was, of course, with the scavengers or the people that Peter Quill grew up with. She's made a name with them. He's trying his hardest to build something between them, but it just isn't there. And she suggested him and Nebula get together, which I wouldn't mind him and Nebula being together because I felt like he should have moved on, and I felt like his character should have went on to Nebula because they were the closest. Nebula felt like, you know what? I got to take care of Peter Quill. I got to be the leader of this team. I got to be the strongest because Drax was basically Drax. Very smart, but very dumb at the same time. He's a smart, dumb person. Mantis, not great at decision making, but she knows how to utilize her powers to the fullest. Groot stole the whole movie. Like the scene with him and Gamora when he was like, I am Groot. And she was like, I know you're Groot. I know you're Groot. I know what you. And everybody had to translate what he was saying. And that was so they're gonna mess my page up like that. Yeah, Star-Lord and Nebula's thing was good. Yeah, Drax had my stomach hurting. But see, Star-Lord and Nebula should have been together. But Gamora and Groot, if you remember the volume 2, volume 1, they were like this. Groot and Gamora were very close to each other. And for that dynamic to work itself out at the end was great. That was great work. And this is why I love what James Gunn is doing. I love it. He said Drax had my stomach hurting. He had all our stomach hurting. Drax was hilarious. Drax did his job. Drax did his job. And what Drax did that was very key, he always stood by everybody. And he had probably one of the purest hearts we've seen in a long time. Like, for real. Like, for real, he did his job. And as the movie went on, they had to find a cure for Rocket because they tried to heal Rocket, but the thing that they put on, the contraption they put on his chest was killing him. So they had to find a way to, get somebody to find another way to help him. So they had to go to the what was his name? What was the guy name? Wasn't the Eternal one? Oh, let me see. Let me see. I know Zoe Saldana like white men, but she is fine, dog. Whenever she want to come back to the dark side, I got some for her. Yeah, the High Evolutionary. Oh, thanks, Phil G. The High Evolutionary basically did his part correctly. He wanted to create a society, excuse me, that was damn near perfect. He thought he had one on the I call it the con artist earth. The con artist earth. It basically took all our features, but they changed how the appearance of people looked. And he destroyed that planet like it was nothing. And plus, he was pissed off because Rocket figured out how to make the animals or life forms top notch. So when they get to the world, they're able to function. They don't have that added aggression, because when they were speeding up the growth of the animals, they were very aggressive, violent. But he figured out a way to solve it. So the High Evolutionary wanted to cut the man's head off, cut the top of his brain off an experiment, but he wasn't for it. He went to his pops. Not his pops, but he tried to run back to his cage with his friends. And his friends, they were dreamers. However, when he was trying to escape, because the High Evolutionary told him, we're not going to take you out. Right. He figured out how to make them docile. Thanks, Phil G. Yep. But when the High Evolutionary told him, y'all not going to the planet, he came up with a plan to get out of there. They ended up killing all his friends but him. You know, he's about to die, and he had a vision of his friend, which was a girl. And she basically told him, you know, yeah, we'll see you one day, but today is not today, because he had to go back to his family. And because of what she said, that gave him the confidence. You know, I thought he was going to blow the High Evolutionary's brain away, his head away later, but he didn't even do that. He was like, man, whatever. He just let the High Evolutionary get off with murder. You know, the scenes of each character was awesome. Very awesome. It was awesome. The camera, the visuals, the development was great. And Gamora, it was fun to see Gamora act like she did on volume 1. Gamora was just acting like she was on volume 1, if you remember that. And she killed her role. Zoe Saldana. I know she loved white men, but I'll put in that work on her. I think so too, Phil. I think he'll come back. But the thing I loved about this was Peter Quill. Like, she got to know who Peter Quill was. She went through his backpack, saw his grandparent, his mom, and everything, and she started feeling sympathy for him. And then when at the end he almost died saving everybody, you know, she felt something, you know. For real, Phil. I'll give it to her right now. No hesitation. But it was very sad when, you know, now the thing I loved about it was when they were arguing in between, like one person wouldn't how do I say it? One person basically, you know, was the muscle, which was Drax. Drax was the muscle. Mantis would manipulate people's mind. And they were having an inner conflict because, they're losing their friend, Rocket. Rocket is one of their best friends. They love Rocket. Rocket, put his life out there. Now he gonna be an asshole and tell you he don't care. But he still showed that emotion, like, those are my brothers. I have to help them. So you have to be on your P's and Q's when you're anywhere. So one of the things that I did like was how one of my favorite parts was when he like, not even him, but as the overall series, my favorite part was how Gamora was reintroducing herself to the crew, because you got to remember, this is a Gamora from another verse, from another universe. And like she said, why don't you and her get together? Which I felt Peter Quill and her hit it off just right. I don't think it'll be that bad how people think of it. Right, exactly. She didn't understand. But as the movie moved along, the story moved along, she started realizing that, man, they really love this guy. And she looked at his past. He was under a contraption trying to stay alive. She noticed the past that he came, his past and how he got there. It was sad. She was about to shed a tear the whole movie. It was very sad. Now, however, you gotta understand the climate. I felt like DC Comics, they're great, but they kind of fell off. Marvel is great, but they're falling off. Now, because of the pandemic being lifted, we might see more sales. So that's one of the things I love. And then the ending was classic. I think everybody was waiting for that ending. Like, straight up. Now, now, also with the family is that, you have a guy looking for a certain person in this movie, and that's soul searching. Yeah, I did too. I thought Peter was gone as well, because I was like, Y'all should have killed off Mantis instead of Peter. Mantis don't do nothing. But you know how it goes. Now, the Meg 2. When I looked at the trailers, it looked repetitive. Now, you did see some glimpse that Kraken would be on here. However, this movie leaves off from people getting devoured and destroyed. It was crazy. The Megalodon. He said, "Oh God, this it right." It was terrible. It's crazy. We got the Meg 2. And now they're talking about introducing the Kraken. Ain't that something? They want to introduce the Kraken. It's like, for what? What do we need the Kraken for? Like, straight up, what do we need the Kraken for? We don't really need the Kraken. Now it seems like you got two sharks. They're over water. It's like this, they're behind a protective seal. The shark just busts through that seal to eat the lady. It's crazy. What's up, Kazim? Chilling, man, chilling. I saw your other brother. I saw Kano tonight. I was over there chilling with him and sis-in-law. You know, shout out to them. Shout out to Crack and Philly. You know what I'm saying? He said this movie gonna make the sea. I mean, look, the first movie wasn't that bad. It was okay. Like, it's a movie I would take a chick to see, and then I'm banging her after the movie. It just is what it is. But look at it. Let's see. Let's see. You see that? Yeah, y'all need to come out here, man. I got to put y'all on some tracks. But yeah, this movie, the previews did not look well. Is it going to be better than the first one? I don't think so. See, this is a movie you make one time, that's it. But however, they made so much money, they're like, okay, well, we're going to make a sequel. And the sequel didn't work. Yeah, me too. You know. Hold on. Yeah, I want more people eating too. But this movie here is a lot on water. We see Jason Statham probably revising his role, plays the same role every movie. So we'll see what's up, man. I mean, I'm not sure about this. This movie to me just looks terrible. Now, Bradley Cooper, Meg 2 looks to me like a better version of Sharknado, and that's not saying much. So, you know. Now, you know, when you're coming into this, you gotta know how to navigate. You gotta know how to put A, B, C, D together. So, he said 1.5 out of 4. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You had people just getting eaten, dying, and it was two of them. It looked like it's like three or four of them on this one, and then you got the Kraken. So it's gonna be crazy, you know. Yeah, I like the first one too. Basically, he lost his family, wife, kids, all of that, and he just went crazy. Started going off on superheroes. Not superheroes, but going off on different people. Because Jason Statham was trying to figure out why my brother isn't moving up with me, and it's because he's not as fit, as strong as him. So they're trying to get this bridge, so called, under control because both don't know what they're doing. So you have to understand the roles that you're picking. When you pick that role, you can either be typecasted or you can be disrespected. And that's why it's beneficial that you don't have two that you're not stepping over the boundaries. What's up, Chance? Chilling, man. Chilling, my G. So that's how I feel. Um, to me, they made him look weak. They made him look like, you can tell. So that's how he sounds. So it's like, whatever. This is a different era. Because guys like that who was dirty would have got beat down. So it's always salute to you, Chance. So do I feel like in my heart of hearts that you know you know so yeah. Luke Cuisine said, "Yep, exactly. Lack of creativity." But yeah, you know, let's see. So it is what it is. So yeah, So, that's how I feel, man. If you guys got any questions, y'all can leave it in the comment section. I'll answer it for you. Shout out to Kazim, Phil G, Chance in the building. Excuse me. So it is what it is. You're absolutely right, Kazim. But yeah, I'm not going to be on here too long. I hit you guys up later. Thank y'all for coming by. We are out. Deezy.